FedEx is facing a lot of backlash and calls for a boycott on social media after an employee said he and another were fired after a viral confrontation with a customer in Georgia. Now, there's a video of the incident that was taken by one of the workers, and, well, here's what happened.
But you didn't have to come out there cussing me like that, like I'm some child. I ain't no little boy. I'm no little boy. I'll wait till the police come.
You can record all you want, bro.
Yeah,
I got
that's
you.
Right there.
I got
that's
you,
where
bro.
your power at right there. That's your power. That's his power. That's where your power at right there.
Where you going?
Man, I ain't finna waste my time with you. You got my information. You got my information. They'll find me. They'll find me. You need to get your glasses back on. Yeah, I thought you were gonna whoop my ass too.
So that was a video. It's got over 6 million views. So let me give you some context, right? So that's all the video showed. There's usually two sides to an argument, or always two sides to an argument. And so here's the context, right? Now, one of the workers is named Antonio. He was the one that was filming. And he said that as they were doing their job, they're delivery drivers, they were delivering a package to this man in Georgia. I mean, that's their job, right? In fact, he said, all we did was just deliver his package. Mind you, he was in the house. It was a quick stop. Okay. Antonio then says that as soon as he and the other deliverymen were getting ready to head out, the customer got out of his house and began cursing and threatening us. And we had just apologized, but he kept escalating the situation and then said he would whoop their asses, their black asses. So Antonio then adds the man began following him after saying that he called the police. Quote, he kept following us, and then he pulled out his phone to record us and start playing the victim role. So here we got what's a male Karen, right? I'm going to play the victim here. Now he said, we drove off at first, but they yelled, F y'all, he wrote in a series of tweets detailing the incident. So we stopped the truck, and that's when I start recording the incident. After the video, the police came and we told our side of the story, and the man said to the police, they looked like they would have broken into my house while my wife was there. But you were there. What's going on? So look, Antonio's saying, look, this guy we're just doing our jobs, right? We're just doing regular things that we're supposed to do. We delivered his package, and he came out of the house and started cursing at us and then said that we were likely to rob his house. Why would he come to that conclusion? Oh, right. Because because they're black. I mean, look, how many instances have we seen of a white person calling the cops on a black person for just doing normal things? Just existing, just regular things, even doing their jobs. Like in this case, I mean, I keep going back to the case of where there was a black police officer and he's, doing his job. He was at a crime scene. He was looking for shells with a flashlight. It was dark. Somebody called dispatch and they said, there's a black man here who's, looking through people's houses and he's wearing police like attire. Literally, that was him. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. He was a cop. There's a teacher that was handcuffed in front of his own apartment because he was trying to get into his own apartment. There's people that, black people that get arrested or, stopped by police for trying to get into their own car because it's too nice. What is going on here? So, yes, I do believe that this is a legitimate, that just legitimately happened, right? So why are people mad at FedEx for this? Well, after the incident, Antonio said that FedEx called him and, he posted this up on social media. So FedEx had a problem with that and said, remove the video and then we're going to fire you. They actually fired both of them. So they get into an argument with a racist and then get fired for it. That's America. And before you think, well, is this Trump's America? No, this is the America that's always existed. It's just that it's more open. We see more of it now because, let's be honest, there are more cell phones out there. People are recording these instances a lot more and posting them up on social media so that so that like white people can see this and realize that this is happening all over the country as a regular occurrence. So now FedEx first released a statement, and they got blasted for it. It said FedEx Ground expects the highest level of conduct from service providers and their employees. So basically saying, well, these guys, they shouldn't have put this up, and they shouldn't have had an argument with that customer, right? So that's the kind of mealy-mouthed argument they're going to go with. We're aware of this incident and have reviewed the matter with the customer and the service provider business that employed the individuals depicted in the video. Now, that went over like a lead balloon. And on Thursday at midnight, they released an updated comment saying that FedEx takes extremely seriously any allegations of discrimination, retaliation, or improper employment actions. These individuals are employed by an independent service provider, and FedEx will be conducting a thorough investigation into these claims. While we conduct this investigation, FedEx will provide employment for these drivers. So understand that was after a gigantic backlash with, again, that video drawing millions of views on social media. So look, it's good they have their jobs back. That's great. But seriously, this is an example of how racism still exists in this country. And if you think it's over, it's clearly not. These, racists aren't wearing well, I guess some are. We've had recent video of people wearing Klan hoods into the grocery store and saying, what? I'm wearing my mask. Yeah, I guess you are. Yeah. But look, these stereotypes exist against Black people, and they've had a gigantic impact in their lives. It's time we start realizing that, right? And that's why, again, I think it's amazing that there is smartphones out there. And it's one of the biggest eye-openers to the everyday racism that happens in America is now, seeing video of it everywhere. And we can see it. I know some people still won't believe it. They'll be like, oh, what happened before the video started? How did the Black guy instigate, right? There's always going to be those people. But I do think these videos have woken up a lot of the country into seeing how Black people are treated every day. And it's my hope, of course, that we learn from this and we start to treat each other better. Get over the old tropes and stereotypes and realize that people are just people no matter what they look like. And also to stop having white people call the cops on Black people doing normal things. That's my little dream for America, to have us stop doing at least that. But might be too much to ask right now. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.